Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get started again. Lindsay, you ready? All right. All right, Lindsay Jenkins is going to talk to us about cybersecurity.
Okay. Hi, my name is Lindsay Jenkins, and my topic is cybersecurity, and I focused it on businesses versus hackers. The way that I came on my subject of cybersecurity was kind of by accident. I really wanted to do computer science. That's what I wanted to major in, programming, and then the lovely Will Mixovic took that topic, and I decided to explore cybersecurity. It was actually a really awesome time to start looking into cybersecurity. I started my research pretty much right after the Target security breach, and it just kept happening one after another. Another company kept getting hacked. So it was really helpful for my research to have real-world examples because my research topic focused on how the best methods that businesses can use to prevent hacks. And I actually researched how these companies could prevent their hacks. Like Target, if their hack was through a maintenance user account, if they had secured that account, it would have been prevented. Home Depot, if their security suite had turned on a feature, their security breach would have been prevented. And then Anthem, they were also hacked through a user account. So if they had secured that and if they had encrypted their data, it would be a lot less worse than it is. So also for my research, I also got to interview Mr. Justin Baca, who is certified Microsoft security, certified security engineer, and what I thought most interesting was a certified ethical hacker. He actually legally and gets paid to hack into businesses to find their vulnerabilities. And he gave me a lot of good advice, good starting points, and information to use for my research paper. And then for my internship, I interned at the computer science department at UVA, and I wasn't doing computer science. I wasn't programming or anything. And the department was for like the administration of the whole department. So they were in charge of the security for the department. They were in charge of the servers, the user accounts, that kind of thing. So when I got the emails from them, they were saying, you know, like I was going to be shadowing, I was going to be following someone around, you know, I definitely get my hours in. It sounded like a go in, get out kind of situation. But when I got there, they actually gave me a key, my own office, a card to get into any room that I wanted in the computer science department. It was definitely a warm welcoming. And my mentor was Scott Ruffner, and I worked with him and his colleagues. And he was the department head, and they were such a nice group of people. So there I learned how to set up servers. I learned about their encryption methods. I learned about user accounts. I learned about different things with hardware. I just learned a lot of valuable knowledge through the internship, and I definitely grew as a person and learned a lot of knowledge that I can use to further myself in this industry. So for my community service, I wanted to take my love for technology and my passion to help people and try to combine them. So I did that through Indiegogo, which is kind of like Kickstarter, except it's more vague, I guess. Kickstarter is the #1 in America. Indiegogo is the #1 crowdfunding website in the world. So I researched different crowdfunding and how secure they are, what kind of payment methods they use, and I ended up using Indiegogo. And so what I used this for was the Vagabontu Children's Charity, which is based in South Africa, based for the primary school there. Many are orphaned. They're relatives that are raising them live on the equivalent of US $35 a month. And so I really feel that they deserve the help. So this is the campaign that I set up for Indiegogo. This is the actual site when I first set it up. So there's a video that I made up top, and then perks on the side, which are like, if you give this amount of money, you'll get this reward. I didn't go too crazy with that because I want most of the money to go to the children. And then I have like the basic rundown. And I talked to Ms. Carlton and her husband, who supervises the Vagabond 2 section at VCU, and decided on a topic of something that the kids would really benefit from at the primary school, and decided on a kitchen. It would allow them to have more than one meal a day there. It would allow them to have better food quality, better food storage, better cooked food, that kind of thing. Right now they're cooking food outside on the ground. So this is the video that I made. I didn't want to put it in because it's like almost 3 minutes long and I like to talk. So, but it's very visual. You can go check it out on Indiegogo. I worked really hard on it. This is like a flyer that I made for high school. I kind of made it if you just need to donate $1. And then a code to go, so you can just snap it and go. And then I also made an Instagram and a Twitter for the OCHS Leadership Club, which I'm the fundraising coordinator for, and that's where I got introduced to the Vagabond 2 Children's Charity. This is when I first made it, and because Indiegogo has such a long term of raising money, I want to use this in like social media to really get the word out. I've already gotten the okay that VCU wants to work with me and really use social media to get the word out about the Indiegogo. We're going to start a hashtag that's called Breaking Down Barriers, where students anybody is challenged to take pictures with someone from a different race, religion, background, anything, ethnic, anything, culture, and they'll challenge other friends to do it, and they'll challenge their friends to do it, and it'll really get the word out because the Vagabond 2 Children's Charity really, it's hard because they're not from this country. They're not the majority race in America, and they're from a different culture than most Americans. So this is the Twitter. And then on another challenge that I saw with doing fundraising like virtually online is that it's not in your face. You're not like, hey, do you have a few bucks, to donate to this? You're asking someone to go somewhere and then to do something, then to donate. So it's kind of a difficulty. And so for my legacy, because Indiegogo is such a long-term fundraising site, I'm going to take any money and I'm going to continue to try to get more people interested and knowledgeable about the problem to donate, and I'm going to take all the money and give it to the Vagabond 2 Children's Charity, and I'm also going to give the Instagram and Twitter that I did make to the future OCHS Leadership Club members. So for future students that are doing this project, I say to you to not give up, because I went through so many people, so many emails, so many calls, trying to get an internship, I emailed so many different schools to see if they would, help me with Indiegogo and the Vagabond 2 Children's Charity, and none of those schools replied at all. And so you just have to keep looking for new ways and different ideas and to not give up. And so my research and my topic really influenced me a lot. I still want to major in computer science at George Mason, but I'm thinking about long-term getting a master's in cybersecurity. So it's definitely influenced me on long-term goals.
Okay, so with cybersecurity, I feel like when you read about these breaches, I guess it's always, like you were saying, small things that if people would have kind of paid attention to this, it wouldn't have become a problem. And I feel like with hacking, a lot of times when you read about it, it's not like it's amateurs, but you have people who kind of do this for kicks. And then you have like people who are trying to prevent it from happening, but maybe aren't even as well knowledgeable as the hacking that's happening. And so the question for you is, do you think that we'll ever get to a point like with business and with like cybersecurity where it's a more proactive thing versus just a reactive thing? Like, uh-oh, this happened, now we'll fix it. Uh-oh, this happened, now we'll fix it. Like, do you think that's the problem, or do you think that we can get to a point where they're, like I said, more proactive versus just reactive?
I think the problem like that caused these breaches is that nobody thinks it'll happen to them.
Yeah.
And I think that because of these security breaches, that companies and businesses will become more proactive. So I think that it won't be more of a reaction thing, it'll be more of a prevention thing now that they have examples.
Like big high profile cases
Yes.
that happening. Yeah.
Lindsay, when you looked at your about hackers, did you look at Anonymous at all? Yeah,
Like
the group
the
Anonymous.
group.
Oh no, I didn't look at certain groups.
Okay, who hack on a moral standard. Like, well, if somebody's being bullied at a high school level, a high profile case, they'll actually go in and hack a person's account who is maybe doing the bully. They also do like rape cases and things like that. I was just curious about who are hacking on a moral level against people who are being mean or bullying, and how you feel about that.
I feel like hacking is just an invasion of privacy, and I feel like there's so many different ways to go about rape cases and bullying that doesn't involve reality. So I don't really agree with it, but I can see why